Little Things is the brand new HBO Max and theater release date on the same date, part of Warner Media's new 2021 plan of moving all of their movies to HBO Max. This is The Little Things. This film stars Denzel Washington, Rami Malek, and Jared Leto. It tells a story about Deputy Sheriff Joe Deacon, who's played by Washington, who joins forces with Sergeant Jim Baxter, played by Rami Malek, to search for a serial killer who's terrorizing Los Angeles. As they track the culprit, Baxter is unaware that the investigation is dredging up echoes of Deke's past, uncovering disturbing secrets that could threaten more than this case. This film is 2 hours and 7 minutes long and is rated R. Welcome back, guys, to a brand new HBO Max review here on Max Talks Movies. Today I'm talking The Little Things, which, as I said, movie theater and HBO Max simultaneously release. Before I get into my non-spoiler thoughts of this film, please hit the like button, hit the thumbs up. That's the best way to support this YouTube channel at the moment. Also, please comment down below your non-spoiler thoughts of The Little Things. Tell me if you have seen it. Tell me your non-spoiler thoughts. Did you like it, not like it, agree or disagree with my opinion as I go through this review? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you have not seen the film, you tell me if you've seen the trailer. Will you check this one out this weekend when it comes on to HBO Max? And before I get into my thoughts once again, please subscribe, ring the bell of the channel, on my way to 100 subscribers. So let's get there by the end of the next couple of months. If you want to do that, please hit the subscribe button, ring that bell. I do movie reviews like these, TV show reviews, streaming platform reviews, and movie rankings. If you like any one of those things, definitely hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, so you're notified when my new videos drop. Now, and also, if you want to follow me on social media, that is in the description down below: Letterboxd, Instagram, and Twitter. Now let's get into the review. So I was pretty excited for this movie, and this movie has been heavily featured in promotion. When I'm watching anything on cable, this trailer or this TV spot always comes up. And I did see the first trailer, felt very intrigued. Obviously, 3 Academy Award winning actors, with a director, John Lee Hancock, who has done The Blind Side, which is my opinion one of the best sport movies all the time, The Founder, a really well acclaimed writer and director. It felt like the right combination for a thriller that could make some noise in award season. That's what everyone was kind of thinking about this film heading in. So now let's get into my positives. So first, obviously, the cast is a huge plus. For a story like this, Denzel Washington is really good as Deke, and as you uncover, he's probably the most complex character in the entire film. He really is the main character. Even though I was most fascinated by Malik's character, I still thought that Washington gave a very grounded performance. When you uncover stuff that he did in his past, you start to understand the decisions that he continues to make during the movie. He's easily one of the only characters that gets a well fleshed out storyline in the entire film. And his progression does have a big character arc. One of the only character who has an arc in the film is his character. And I feel like Denzel also just brings a gravitas, a really great performance to the film. It's a really solid Denzel role. Obviously, all the news about how much money he made off of the film, $20 million. Is this a $20 million role? Probably not, but it's a role that really suits the movie. As we transition to the other 2 main actors here, Rami Malek is also very, very good in the movie. His character really fascinated me, and I'll get to why I wish we got more of his character. What I mean is more out of his character towards the ending of the film. I'll get to that in my negatives, but Malek himself gives a really good performance in here as well. Him and Denzel actually have the best. My favorite part of the movie is every time Denzel Washington and Rami Malek are having some kind of conversation. Great chemistry with each other. And the conversations are quite fascinating between 2 people who basically had the same role. Malek came in late, and just seeing those 2 people who should be similar have a lot of differences and past stuff that they don't want to get involved. It's really fascinating story. Now, Jared Leto is an actor who I also really do enjoy, and I thought he did his job in here. It felt like Jared Leto was very much typecast for this film because he basically is playing the serial killer. It's not a twist. It's nothing like that. It is. I mean, what I'm trying to say means that Jared Leto is revealed to be this guy in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything with that. You know, he's the killer in his first time you see him. And Leto, or is he the killer? That is also kind of the main question. Based on the plot, he is. Leto is very typecast. They were like, let's, and his dialogue isn't that great. And I'll get to that in there, but I think Leto did the best job he did. He's definitely creepy, but obviously with Leto's career, it felt like this was a very typecast performance. Even though I do like Leto, it felt like literally only this. Of course, Leto is in this performance. So, as I said, the film also has a really great score that I hope does actually. The only part of the movie that I think should be getting nominated for anything during award season is this really good score from Thomas Newman that actually adds so much. Adds really the thriller element to the film. While the story isn't that thrilling, the music thinks it is, and that's why Newman does a great score after being nominated for 1917 last year. He gets nominated like every year. I think he's got 15 Oscar nominations, so expect another one here. Is a really, really good score. And the film looks really good as well. Very beautiful to look at. Some of the locations are very, very nice. Obviously, it's in Los Angeles, so that also is a bonus. But let's get into my negatives here. The main negatives with this movie is that this is one of the more bland, forgettable movies that I've seen in a year. And it's weird to say that because this has 3 A-list actors in it, 3 Oscar-winning actors in it, but it's a movie that feels like I'm gonna forget when we get to December of 2021 fast. The film, I hate to say this, but the film just didn't feel necessary. I don't get what the point of the movie is, and that's where it's the story. Now I can see a lot of people who haven't seen movies like this really enjoy the film, and maybe some of the twists and turns you won't see coming. But I saw a lot of this coming. But the ending felt so bland because the opening of this film is really great. They establish Washington and Malik's characters pretty solidly, and when they weren't working together, that is fine. But I also wanted a lot more out of Jared Leto. And once again, another performance for Jared Leto that is good, but he gets barely enough screen time for his character to be this promoted. He was heavily promoted just as much as our 2 main characters. You don't actually see Leto's face until 45 minutes into the movie. And he just kind of pops in and out, and he just is there just to give some one-timers comedy because I guess that's what serial killers do. It just felt off. And Malik's character also was a character I was really intrigued by. They set up a lot of things, but you don't really care about. They try to add in that he has a wife, he's got 2 kids. That doesn't really matter to the story at all, other than Leto maybe toying with him about it. It just felt bland. Like Malik had a huge setup in the opening of the movie, but his character just felt kind of one note as well, just very bland. While him and Washington are great together, Washington's the only character who gets a whole character arc to himself, and you feel like you're at least connected to why he is involved. The other characters just feel so distant to the story, and that's where the movie really crumbles, is this story. It's for a thriller, nothing much happens. We're just having conversations, finding dead bodies, and once in a while, Jared Leto pops up and they have to talk to Jared Leto. That's kind of the movie, and that is very disappointing. I'm not looking for an action movie. I'm not looking for anything like that. But when you have movies like these, where you need, where most movies is just dialogue, it's an investigation movie, really it is, between Washington and Malik finding out who this killer is. And if it is Leto, how can you get credit? How can you prove that? You need really good dialogue. And the dialogue just felt pretty generic to a movie that is supposed to be like this. This movie for me, guys, easily could have been an Oscar contender done right. And this director has had a filmography that should tell you that this movie is going to be good. With 3 Academy Award actors, an Academy Award-winning composer, I really expected a lot more out of this film. And I was very intrigued in the first 30, 45 minutes. The film was flying by. I was really enjoying myself. I was like, what are a lot of these critics talking about? And the last 30 minutes are really boring and at times don't really make a lot of sense and kind of are just concluded at random without any explanation. So overall, guys, I'm going to give The Little Things a 2.5 out of 5, a 52%. I really wanted to go higher than this, guys, but the ending did really hurt this film. Now, while the first 30 minutes aren't great, they did intrigue me and they set some things up, and nothing was really paid off other than the idea of Washington's character. But again, this movie is heavily promoted. I still think if you're interested in the film, definitely check it out for your own opinion. It feels like this type of film will have its audience. It will not have its audience. So that's my thoughts on The Little Things. Once again, before I go, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, and comment down below. If you want to check out more movie reviews, they're probably up right next to my head. Please go down a rabbit hole and check out all the movies that I've seen so far in 2021. And thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next one.